9:15 on the East Coast. Had to do some traveling today, but I make a commitment to you guys. The Butt Fumble Sports audience, I have promised you guys I will be live every single day of 2023. Guess what? We found a way, despite 7 hours of travel by car, to still find a way to come live to you guys, no matter the platform. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So wonderful to have you guys with us across all of our platforms. We will be answering as many fantasy questions as we can. I know we were on the eve of NFL Week 12 Sunday, here to help you guys out with as much as we possibly can. Over the next, let's say, hour or so, we're going to do as much work as we can, of course. Again, make sure you guys are subscribing. This is going to be a subscriber-only show on TikTok. So if you guys have a comment, you want to join in on the conversation, you have a question, make sure you subscribe over on TikTok, and we'll get to your questions. If you don't want to subscribe, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, that's where we're going to be live for everybody who does not want to subscribe. So, subscribers, TikTok, don't want to subscribe, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Tilly, roll Tide. Great win for you guys today in Alabama. Tilly of OBJ, Singletary, and Taysom Hill. I'd go OBJ. I am worried about his health status for tomorrow. We're going to have to monitor that pretty closely. But of those three, OBJ is definitely the player I like. Appreciate all of those who are watching on TikTok. Again, this is going to be a subscriber-only show on TikTok, so make sure you throw those questions in there. Lethal Jake, the Butt Fumble sports shirt came today. Make sure you take a photo of it. Pin it on Instagram. We'd love to see it. Pin us on Instagram. We would love to see it, Lethal Jake. Thanks so much for getting yourself a t-shirt from the Butt Fumble Sports website. Boltillo, Fields, or Herbert. I'm going to lean towards Justin Fields. Boltillo, I lean towards Justin Fields. He's got the more favorable matchup, plus the chemistry he has with DJ Moore. Love what I'm seeing from those two. I'd go Fields over Justin Herbert. That Ravens defense has me worried about Herbert. Raul, would you start Jacobs or Ridley? I'd probably lean maybe just slightly towards Ridley. He's got the better matchup against the Houston Texans pass defense. Jacobs, not as good a matchup against the Chiefs. We saw the Chiefs maybe give up a few more rushing yards than we expected on Monday night. I still like Ridley over Jacobs, though. If you have a question, make sure you subscribe over on TikTok or go over to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick to get your question answered, just like Luca. Luca wants me to pick two between Downs, Nico Collins, and Swift. I'd go Downs and Nico Collins. Luca, Downs, and Nico Collins would be the two for me. We do have picks to give out. However, I'm not going to give out too many during the show because they will be in our newsletter. We give out our favorite NFL picks every Sunday morning in our newsletter. Go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. That newsletter arrives in your inbox at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning with our favorite NFL game picks, player prop bets, and the DFS lineup that I'll be playing tomorrow. So if you want our favorite NFL picks for tomorrow, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. Sign up for free. There's no paywall. There's nothing. All you have to do is sign up for the free newsletter, and you get the favorite picks for me, Butt Fumble Sports, tomorrow morning. Lethal Jake, I'm still between the dang Falcons player or Ravens. London, OBJ. You got to go OBJ. OBJ's the better play if healthy. Likely or Pitts? That's a trickier one. Likely has the better matchup, but Pitts might be the better start, Lethal Jake. Don't know how much you'll actually get from Likely. Love OBJ tomorrow, though, if healthy enough to go. Anton, great to see you. Hunt or Sutton's an easy one for me. Broncos have been bad against the run. Go Kareem Hunt. By the way, Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown might be a good play as well. That's for you player prop bettors out there. But between Hunt and Sutton for fantasy, I like Kareem Hunt a whole lot more. Keep in mind, Browns are arguably the best defense in the NFL, whether it's against the run or the pass. Sutton does not have a favorable matchup. Bounce it, Betty, Stroud or Hurts. Really tricky on this one. I'm going to lean maybe just slightly towards Hurts. The Bills are bad enough in the passing game, and you could get those that tush push. So it's very close. I really love Stroud tomorrow, so I hate to kind of encourage you away from it, but I think Hurts I prefer just a little more. Chris, love the show, man. My son and I were talking, and he said, ask the Butt Fumble guy. Chris, you are awesome. Chris, shout out to your son for watching the show. Hope he is enjoying all of our content. So this question is this one goes out to Chris's son. Chris asks, Sutton, Godwin, or Downs? Great question. This is a tricky one for me. Let's throw Sutton out. We don't like Courtland Sutton tomorrow. The Cleveland Browns are the much better defense, so no Courtland Sutton for us. But Godwin versus Downs, that's a tricky one. Godwin's got a good matchup, but Downs has a better one. So I'm going to lean just slightly towards Downs. Very, very close in this game, though. These two are obviously playing each other very close. I'm going to go Downs just slightly over Godwin. It's very close. Part of the reason I actually like Downs more, here's the reason why. The Buccaneers are a bad pass defense, but they're a good run defense. So that's going to force the Colts to pass more. Colts aren't good on defense, either running or passing, so Rachaad White could have more production. That could eat into Godwin's overall value. So, bit of an explanation. Chris and your son, I'd go Downs number 1. Godwin would be 2. So, Downs over Godwin. Matt Jack, 25, start 2. Okay, for yours, I would start Godwin. Matt Jack asks, Godwin, London, Douglas, or Shakir. By the way, Chris, really appreciate you, man. Matt, I'd go Godwin, and I'm going to go Shakir. Godwin and Shakir, just barely over Douglas. I like Shakir a little bit more because that matchup against a bad Eagles pass defense. Joe, thanks so much for following over on TikTok. And Alvaro, thanks so much for the gift. We appreciate it. I don't think I've put up a live goal. If I have, ignore it. I'll put up a new live goal. That way we can have some fun, give out some advice throughout the show. Let's try this. I don't even know what this is, but let's see what happens. The Blooming Ribbons. I don't even know what it is. CL, stick with Justin Herbert this week. Nothing too good on the waiver except, yeah, CL, if there's nothing available on the waiver wire, I would go with Justin Herbert. I don't like the matchup, but if you don't have any other options, don't get crazy with it. Buzz, thanks so much for subscribing, Buzz. Great to have you as a member of the Butt Fumble Sports family. Make sure you throw your questions and comments down below. What a great day of football today. Jay Morris, I hope, first of all of you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, had a wonderful Friday, Black Friday, made some good purchases, but I really hope that you got to watch football today, because today is why college football is great. Am I a huge college football fan? Maybe not as much as the NFL, but if you watched college football today, you will be baptized in the sport, because it is amazing. Alabama with maybe the greatest fourth down touchdown of all time in the Iron Bowl. 10-year anniversary of the kick six, and yet the Iron Bowl delivers another masterpiece of brilliant drama. The Washington Huskies, they sweat it out in the Apple Cup and get a very big win. Florida State right now fighting for their life against Florida. And of course, the game, Michigan came on through. We had that bet, so very happy about it. Could you show any of your over-under picks for Sunday? Kazi TV, we're going to give out our favorite bets for NFL Sunday in our newsletter, so just subscribe to our website newsletter. Go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, sign up for the free newsletter. We're not going to be giving out any picks tonight, but our newsletter will have our favorite bets for tomorrow. And of course, we have a show at 10 a.m. tomorrow, everybody. By the way, Frank NJ, thanks so much for subscribing, Frank NJ. Great to have you with us. Buzz, pick 3 to start. Yep. Buzz, I'd go Nico Collins, I'd go Olave, and I'd go Kupp. I'm going to sit Jamar Chase. I don't love that because he should actually have a good matchup against the Steelers. But until I see Browning for a full game, I'm going to fade him. I'll go Kupp, Olave, and Nico Collins, Buzz. Thanks for being with us. Frank NJ, thank you for joining us, and thank God you did, because your question is super easy to answer. One of them is really good, one of them really bad tomorrow. Josh Downs is a must play. Josh Downs is a must play tomorrow. Madison is a must sit. Madison has a terrible matchup against the Chicago Bears. Frank NJ, thank you for subscribing. Glad you did, because Downs is 100% the better play. Brent, hello. Great to see you. We're doing amazing. How could we not? Between Deontay Johnson and Josh Downs, I'd go Josh Downs. Brent, I'd go Josh Downs. Thanks for the question. Frank NJ, must play, I need the win. We got you, man. Duffel bag, great to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Jake, really hoping my Patriots lose tomorrow. Jake, me as well. I'd love to see the Patriots get Caleb Williams. That said, you know what's a big rumor out there right now in the New England sports world? That the Patriots may actually draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and then Jaden Daniels. Wouldn't that be a pair? I'd actually be okay with that. Caleb Williams or Marvin Harrison Jr. plus Jaden Daniels. I'd be cool with it. Alvaro Garcia, Chris Olave, or D-Hop. This is a tough one. Alvaro, I'm going to coin flip on this one, and I'll go Olave because, bizarrely, the Carolina Panthers are actually a better pass defense than you might expect. I'll go Olave just barely. I was looking at D-Hop's numbers. The under on his total receiving yards and receptions are actually the better play. I didn't include them in my newsletter, but they are a good play. Mark A. Jones, thanks so much for subscribing, Mark. Welcome to the Butt Fumble Sports community. Fist bump. Hope you have some great questions for us. Garrett Bosch, I'd go Henry and White. Garrett Bosch over on YouTube, Henry and White. Bounce it, Betty. I'm going to lean towards Hunt. Just barely, I'll lean towards Hunt over Rice, but it's close. Peace Control FN, start 3. I would start Evans. I would start Puka. And I'll start... I don't trust Hollywood Brown myself either. I'll start Puka, Evans, and I might go Chase. Chase might actually be the best matchup just because they're going to over-target him tomorrow. Carter, 22, I'd go Schultz over Taysom Hill. Did some research. Taysom Hill doesn't have a great matchup actually tomorrow. Schultz does. Carter, 22, I'd go Schultz. Majomes, all of Washington and Alabama went to cardiac arrest. Kind of depends on what you think. Certainly did for both sides, but both teams, just a lot of drama today. Absolutely loved it. Frank NJ, Browns or 49ers rest of season? Tricky. I haven't looked at their remainder schedules yet. I lean towards the Browns. The Browns have just been a better defense, especially when it comes to turnovers throughout the season. 49ers have a great pass rush, but I do think I trust the Browns a little bit more. Duffel bag, I'm down bad. DTR and Browning this week in one of my leagues. Duffel bag, my heart goes out to you because you are about to have a really wild Sunday. Drew, great to have you, Drew. Drew is asking, pick 2, Kirk, Kupp, Pop, or Flowers. Okay, Drew, I love Zay Flowers tomorrow. Check on Zay Flowers, and he's starting. He's been cleared to go, so I do like Flowers. Now, I'm not big on Demario Douglas. I know he's got a good matchup, but if you don't know who the starting quarterback is, don't go with one of their wide receivers. So, between Kirk and Kupp, I'm going to lean towards Christian Kirk just barely. I know Ridley had the better game last week. Ridley could continue to produce, but I think Kirk has a better game than he did last week. I'll go Christian Kirk and Flowers. Drew, Christian Kirk and Flowers. Mark A. Jones, welcome to the Butt Fumble Sports family. Easy one for me. Mark A. Jones, I'd go Nico Collins. Nico Collins over Puka. Nico Collins has a great matchup this week. Pluex, great to see you. It's crazy how the Vikings and Broncos are going to be 7th and 8th ever to make the playoffs after being 0-3. I actually think it's a reflection on the NFL right now. If there's one thing that the NFL wants more than anything, it's parity. It's want teams not being too good or too bad, but being just good enough to stay relevant throughout the season so they can sell tickets, they can sell Sunday ticket, they can sell the narratives around the NFL. And what's unfortunate is, do I think the Vikings or Broncos are actually a playoff caliber team? Hell no. They have both proven this year that they are actually subpar to the standard that we have in our mind of what a playoff caliber team is. However, with how Goodell and the rest of the NFL brash wants to see this league go, this is exactly what they want. Teams are never out of it, even if they're really not that good. Buzz, between Nico and Olave, I'd go Nico Collins. Nico Collins. Tom Brady doesn't like parity. Oh, well... He liked it when he's with the Bucks, I guess, because that was a franchise that benefited from it in some ways. Bounce it, Betty. A.J. Brown or Hopkins or Hollywood Brown or Hopkins? I don't know which you're referring to. If you can help me out, just extend it out a little bit. Flappo asks, Flowers or Downs? Because Flowers is questionable, look, Flowers is going to play. He's pretty much already been cleared. OBJ's a game-time decision, but I still prefer Downs a little bit more. Flowers could have more receptions. I think Downs is going to have more yards. That's going to be my prediction, Flappo. Adrian Gotways is having Kamara, Jacobs, Taylor rest of season good or trade one? Good, hold on to them. Charlie, I'd go Downs. Lethal Jake, you'd still play Adams over London? Yes. I just studied the matchups tonight. Drake London, not a great play this week. Bounce it, Betty. It's Hollywood Brown. I'd probably go Hopkins, I think, barely, but I don't love it. Adrian Gotways, yeah, like it and I'd keep him. Let's get back to some of these questions over here. Kike is Guap. Should I be concerned about Rachaad White tomorrow? I know he's questionable, but I'm not going to worry. Sounds like he will play. Sounds like he will start, and he's got a great matchup. I like Rachaad White tomorrow. Guys, if you want my favorite NFL bets for tomorrow, game picks, total plays, player prop bets, and the DFS lineup that I'll be playing, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com and sign up for the free newsletter. That newsletter will be in your inbox, your email inbox at 6 a.m., giving you plenty of time to make bets, put in parlays, put your DFS lineup in. Make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. That's the name of our company, buttfumblesports.com. Sign up for the free newsletter. I guarantee it will be worth it because it costs you nothing. It costs you 5 seconds of your time, but it doesn't cost you a dime. Make sure you sign up. That way you see the favorite bets that I like for tomorrow in the morning. Pitt scares me because Jonnu and Likely seem to have to be the Raven. Okay, Lethal Jake, I understand what you're saying. If you want to play Likely, he does have a good matchup. Peace Control. I traded Ramondre, Steven, and Puka for Diggs and Walker. It's close to being vetoed. Is it a good trade, or should I get my friend to veto it? The truth of the matter is, I think I'd rather have Diggs over Puka and Ramondre Stevenson, but because Walker got hurt, I'd understand the veto. I personally am anti-veto. You make a bad trade or a good trade, as long as it's not horrible collusion where one team is clearly tanking and just trading away its best players to one particular team. Other than that, don't veto. Don't be lame. Just go through with it. Majomes, again, should have listened to Butt Fumble. McCaffrey, 3 touchdowns, didn't hit. Rolling with Moore and Hurts to 2 each. I love DJ Moore tomorrow, but 2 touchdowns for Hurts, that might be tricky. Warren Hackler, need help. We're here for you, Warren. Start 1 at running back, wide receiver, and flex. Okay, this is what we're going to do. At the running back, we're going to go Warren. At the running back, Warren Hackler, I'll go Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren at running back. At wide receiver, I would go Olave. Derek Carr starting, decent matchup. I'll go Olave just barely over Puka. And then in the flex, I'm going to go Rachaad White. Stevenson, he's got a good matchup, but he's splitting touches with Zeke. Rachaad White has had amazing fantasy value for about the last, 8 weeks of the season. I'm going to go Warren at running back, Olave at wide receiver, and Rachaad White at the flex. Warren Hackler, that's what I do. TJ, great question. Flowers by a mile. Flowers by a mile. I know it's not a PPR, but Javonte has a terrible matchup this week. So it's kind of the combination of the two. Flowers has a great matchup. Javonte has a dog poop of a matchup. Kind of an easy one for me. I'll go Flowers. Even though he's questionable, doesn't matter. Now, if it were PPR, boy, would we love it. John, thanks so much for subscribing, John. Thank you so much. So grateful to have you with us as a member of this amazing community of sports fans. Pluex, any news on Justin Jefferson? Justin Jefferson is not playing tomorrow, guys. Justin Jefferson is not playing. He will be out, so make sure you adjust your lineups accordingly. Keep in mind, I guess it's for Monday night, keep in mind, Jordan Addison is a great play now. Duffel bag, tip of the cap to you. Jordan Addison is a very good play now because the Bears are so good against the run and so bad against the pass. TJ Hawkinson and Jordan Addison are 2 players we really like from that Vikings offense. Keep that in mind. Vincenzo, start 2. Vincenzo, I'd go, is that Kyron Williams? If it's Karen, I don't know a Karen, probably someone that we should fade. But Kyron Williams, we really like. Vincenzo, I'd go Kyron Williams and Etienne. I don't love Eckler's matchup against the Ravens. It's so tough not to pick Eckler, but Etienne really has the better matchup. I'll go Etienne over Eckler. Kyron Williams has the best matchup of them all. So Kyron 1, Etienne 2. Any players or defenses you recommend stashing for the playoffs? To be honest, Peace Control, I haven't really thought about it. I actually haven't done my research on that. I've really been focused on week to week. That's actually a great idea. Peace Control, I'm going to take a look at that on Monday and see if we can give some good recommendations for the waiver wire next week for some players you'll want in your playoffs. Majomes, if KJ Osborne is healthy enough to go, the answer is yes. His value skyrockets. Frank NJ, I'd go Gus the Bus. Gus Edwards doesn't have a great matchup, but the likelihood that he gets a touchdown is actually pretty fair. Madison has a terrible matchup. Madison is worth fading tomorrow, guys. Madison or Monday night, worth fading. Again, if you want to join our show tomorrow, make sure you're with us at 10 a.m. I am live every single day, as you guys can tell, because I came on at 9:30 tonight. Make sure you guys, though, join us at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. I will be live for 2 hours answering fantasy questions, giving out sports picks, helping you guys out with everything you need. And it's not a subscriber-only show. So if you don't want to subscribe but you got some questions, make sure you join us at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning to join Butt Fumble Sports for what should be an amazing show filled with a lot of good advice and hopefully a lot of cashing tickets that come from it. Lethal Jake, my opponent bench downs for Warren in a full PPR. Unfortunately, it's not a huge W for you. Warren is one of my favorite running backs. Downs one of my favorite wide receivers. Really, you're in for a tough one because he has a decent lineup given the matchups this week. Your trash kid, I'd lean just slightly, I think, towards Shakir, believe it or not. Shakir might be the best matchup. Very, very close. But I like Shakir's matchup against the Eagles. It's tough because I'd like to take D-Hop or Mitchell. But frankly, Shakir might be the best play. CL, Chiefs and Dolphins are two defenses I stashed for the playoffs. Both have good matchups. CL, great find. I actually would recommend the Chiefs. I recommend the Chiefs just because the Chiefs are balling. Maybe you guys aren't paying attention right now. The Chiefs are playing phenomenal defense. So keep that in mind for the playoffs. That is a team worth grabbing. Randy, Stacy, pick two. I'd go Dell. And I'd go Amari Cooper. I'd go Dell and I'd go Amari Cooper. I think it's close, though. Jake, pick one. Jake, I'd go Nico Collins. Jake, I'd go Nico Collins. Duffel bag, I'm going to go Tank Dell. Look, I like Rashee Rice a lot, but I can't trust him as much as I can Tank Dell. Given his recent performances, I'll go Tank Dell. Kike is Guap. Trade Olave and Waddle for DJ Moore. If Justin Fields stays healthy, it's actually a fair trade, but I don't love it. Giving up two wide receivers for one right now, don't love it. By the way, guys, if you have DJ Moore, must start tomorrow. DJ Moore is a must start this week, guys. DJ Moore is a must start this week. Placed my first bet in the casino today. Tank Dell over 4.5 receptions, and I'm playing versus him. Lethal Jake, I do that a lot, actually, where I'll hedge against some of the fantasy matchups I have. John, start two. DJ Moore has to be one of them. Whenever Justin Fields has been healthy and they've played together, DJ Moore has gone off. I've got to go DJ Moore. And then between Nico Collins and Josh Downs, it's really tough. I'm going to lean Nico Collins, and here's why. Wide receiver 1 versus a wide receiver 2. I'm going to assume that Nico Collins gets more targets, greater opportunity for points. Both have favorable matchups. Jaguars, one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. Buccaneers, one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. John, I wish you could start all three, but of the two, I'll go DJ Moore and Nico Collins. DJ Moore, Nico Collins. CL, unfortunately, I said the Dolphins this week. Oh, you should have started them against that Jets team. That's a terrible team. Cam, I'd go Jalen Warren over Javonte. Cam, Jalen Warren over Javonte. Thanks for the question. Again, if you guys want all of my favorite bets for tomorrow, make sure that you hit me up. Hit me up on our website, buttfumblesports.com. Sign up for our free newsletter. The free newsletter comes out at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Sign up. Favorite NFL game picks, total plays, player prop bets. Do not miss them. Jorge, I do like Mike Evans tomorrow. Bounce a Betty, you have a great night. I hope to see you tomorrow morning, Bounce a Beggy. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is our show tomorrow morning. For all of those that are subscribing, for all of those that are watching, we are so grateful for the support. Make sure that you guys hit us up with your questions. If you are watching now, subscriber only show on TikTok. But if you want to ask questions, YouTube and Twitch, we're answering questions over there as well. Frankie, I'd go Kyron Williams. Frankie, I'd go Kyron Williams. Bounce at Betty's, I will not be there. Got some early morning hunting to do. Go get it, Bounce at Betty. Majomes, I'd go Jacobs. Majomes, I'd go Jacobs. Chris, I think I know, and it's Connor, but Javonte or Connor at the flex, you know. Chris, it's a brutal one. I don't like either one of them, really. I wish you had someone else to go with, so I'll make sure you hear that. I don't like either one of them. That way, that's made clear. But I think Connor is the slightly better matchup. Do I feel good about that? No, it's kind of a coin flip, but I say Connor because the matchup is better. That's why I go in that direction. Duffel bag, Kyron Williams, A.J. Brown, or Cup at the flex. A.J. Brown. You got to go A.J. Brown. I like Kyron Williams a lot, but if you're not starting A.J. Brown, what are we doing in this world? Kike is guap. Trade Olave or Waddle for more. Oh, okay. If you're only trading one of them, I trade Olave. In part because I trust Tua and the passing offense of the Dolphins more than I trust the offense of the Saints. Now, I understand Waddle's a wide receiver 2, Olave's a wide receiver 1, but I don't trust Derek Carr in that passing game. CL, yes, sitting Dolphins hurt me, but Kansas City has a good matchup as well. Yes, they do, but they've actually been a better offensive line of late, so keep your eye on that. Pluex, thanks so much for showing off some of our images. We love that. John, I'd go Amari Cooper. Chandler, bad matchup. Spears has a good matchup, actually, but I like Amari Cooper more tomorrow, John. Amari Cooper. Pluex, do you think Hawkinson will do good or should have started Laporta? No, I would have been okay with Hawkinson. I understand Laporta was a good matchup, obviously in retrospect, easy because he got the touchdown to say go Laporta, but I think Hawkinson was always the better play. So I'm not going to be a flip-flopper after the fact and be like, oh yeah, you should have started the guy who obviously got a touchdown. Nope, Hawkinson's got a favorable matchup, I understand it. By the way, Respawn, thank you so much for subscribing. Respawn, what a handle, great to have you with us. Act JJ, what up, hope you're having a great day. Arctic Tiger, Hill or Otten? I might lean towards Otten, actually. Otten might have the better matchup. Juan, I don't know if you answered me or not. No, Juan, I haven't gotten to you yet. Play Connor, Kincaid, Olave, or Gabe Davis. Ooh, tricky. I'd go Kincaid. Juan, Kincaid's got the best matchup. I think he gets the most targets. I could see him getting the touchdown. Now, I like Olave. I like Gabe Davis. I don't like James Conner. But I think Kincaid's the best matchup. So I'd go Kincaid, even though it is a tight end versus a couple wide receivers. Respawn, thanks for subscribing. Let's get to your question. Pick 2, asks Respawn. Evans, Mixon, Thielen, or DJ Moore? Well, as I mentioned before, DJ Moore is a must start. I don't care what you're in. Season long, DFS. No, DJ Moore is a must start. Tip of the cap to you, Juan. Thanks so much for the cap. Respawn, DJ Moore is a must start. Really like Thielen tomorrow. Really like Mixon tomorrow. But I'm going to go Mike Evans. Mixon's a really good play. Thielen's a really good play. But overall, Mike Evans is a better play. I'll go DJ Moore as my favorite, and then Mike Evans number 2. Deadpool. Hail to the victors, buddy. Congratulations. Colton Pickle, I'd go Warren. Colton Pickle, I'd go Jalen Warren. CL, in a standard league, I'd go Kyron Williams, I think. If it were PPR, I'd go Nico Collins, but I'll go Kyron Williams because it's a non-PPR. Pittsburgh or Denver defense, Boltillo, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh defense. I'm going Pittsburgh tomorrow. Chris, well, it's Connor, Javonte, Sutton, Godwin. Oh, you've got other options. Beckham Jr. is a phenomenal start tomorrow. If Odell Beckham Jr. is healthy enough to go, Joe, thanks for the live goal. Joe, thanks so much. Joe Modelos, thanks so much for helping us out with our live goal. Had to go crazy for that one, guys. Brian Bott, thanks so much for subscribing, Brian. We'll get to your question in a moment. But first, let's get over to Chris. Chris, OBJ is a phenomenal start tomorrow. If Odell Beckham Jr. is healthy enough to play, he is a phenomenal start. We love him tomorrow. So, Chris, I'd go with Beckham Jr. if he's healthy enough to go. If he's not, Godwin and Rice are both good plays. I think I'd go Godwin first over Rice. I'd go Godwin over Rice, but both are good plays. So, your running back situation, dog poop. I give you that, Chris. But OBJ, great play. Godwin, really good play. Rice, pretty good play. That's how it kind of breaks down. Lethal J, do London or Pitts gain anything with Lattimore being out? London may gain a little, but not enough to really excite me. The Saints are a pretty good pass defense. Chinese Joe Lewis, I'd start Flowers. Chinese Joe Lewis, I'd start Flowers. Chris, I love it. Yeah, Joe Modelos is the man. Joe Modelos crushes it. Lethal J, great to see you. Brian, I'd go Jalen Warren. Brian Bott, thanks for subscribing. Kike is guap. Thoughts on Ohio State, Michigan? First of all, Michigan, give Michigan their flowers. They have been through a lot, and I don't care about Harbaugh. Screw Harbaugh. Forget him. Those players, those Michigan Wolverine players deserve flowers. They deserve the credit because it's easy for us to make it about coaching or the program. The players executed, and they were the ones in the arena. They were the ones standing out there defending the honor of Michigan. I'm not a Michigan fan, but I was so impressed by the Michigan Wolverine players today. Phenomenal performance given all the adversity. They played Penn State, they played Maryland, they played Ohio State, and they went undefeated Bra frickin' O to the Michigan Wolverine players. Coaches could care less about that. Now, on the other side of things, Ryan Day, bye-bye. Ryan Day, you will not be the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes next year. I'm calling that now. Whether he goes to Texas A&M or somewhere else, I'm sure he's going to land on his feet with a very lucrative contract. However, you cannot be the head coach of Ohio State and lose 3 straight years to Michigan. You can't do it. And you can't do it when the other guy, the other head coach, has been suspended. So with that said, Ryan Day, it's been nice knowing you at Ohio State, but you're not going to see 2024 as the Buckeyes head coach. If you're a Buckeyes fan, if you're a Buckeye alum or booster, there is no way that you would be in favor of this guy staying. 3 years in a row, Marvin Harrison Jr. will not have beaten Michigan once in his Ohio State career. That is both shocking and disappointing and should not have happened. Ryan Day, you gone, son. Majomes, thanks so much for subscribing, Majomes. Appreciate you subscribing over on TikTok. I know you obviously subscribe over on YouTube. You are the best. We've got a bunch of new subscribers tonight over on TikTok. Great having you guys with us. I'm going to reset the live goal, and then we will get back to your fantasy questions. Hope you guys are loving the content and loving the show. If you do love the content and show, make sure you let us know by hitting that follow button, by subscribing, and of course, letting us know by writing a nice kind word. Let's be frank, I'd go Dell. Let's be frank, I'd go Dell in that group. CL, team for rest of year. Herbert, ASB, CD, Puka, Nico, Etienne, JT, Kyron, Achin, Singletary, Laporta, Kincaid. CL, I will see you in the semifinals. Whether you win a championship or not, that absolutely is a team that could make it to the Final Four. Will it make it to the championship game? It certainly deserves to. Brian, great to have you with us, and I appreciate you saying the kind words. Brian Bott, thanks for being a subscriber tonight. Need to start 2 wide receivers. Okay, I was reading them. Sorry, Brian Bott between Collins, Smith, Kupp, Sutton, and Godwin. Brian Bott, Brian B-O-T-T. I'd go Nico Collins and Godwin. Nico Collins and Godwin would be the 2. Cody Meyerson, we are having a phenomenal day. We are loving life today. No, we don't have as many viewers today, but not an issue. It's because I didn't do my morning show. We're doing a night show. You guys have been a great audience, so I'm loving it. Luis Garcia, I'd go Derrick Henry. Luis Garcia, Derrick Henry. Jackson, Zay Flowers. Jackson, Zay Flowers, great matchup, go with him. Beckham, if he goes. Godwin, Rice, yep. Chris, we got you, man. Any Ravens backups in case OBJ can't? Nah, there are not enough backups we like. Joe Modelos, thanks so much, buddy. You're great. Thank you so much for the live goal fest. The fest clappers. Respawn, asking again, whoever wins this game most likely goes to the playoffs. DJ, Thielen, Mixon, and Evans. Respawn, same 2 as before. The circumstances don't change anything. Same 2 as before. I'm going DJ Moore and Mike Evans. They have the 2 best matchups. Respawn, DJ Moore, Mike Evans. Those would be the 2 I'd ride with into the playoffs. Lethal Jake, I might honestly start OBJ and Likely since it might be a shootout. I'm actually good with that. Nino Pena, Jalen Warren. Nino Pena, Jalen Warren. Love Warren's matchup tomorrow. Cody Meyerson. What about if I'm trading Bijan and Kittle for Ferguson and Saquon? Is it a good trade? No. I don't think so because I don't know what the Giants are going to be if they're going to be competitive down the stretch. Umberto. I go Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen has a really good matchup. I don't like him as much as Mike Evans, to the question that Respawn had a moment ago, but I do like Adam Thielen a lot. Adam Thielen would make it into my lineup. Joe Modelos. Thanks so much, Joe. We appreciate the fest clappers. Thanks for helping us hit our live goal. We are having too much fun right now. It is a Saturday night, and we don't want it to stop because we are having a blast. That said, in case any of you guys are feeling a little sleepy or are going over to some other content, make sure you join us at 10 a.m. tomorrow, everybody. I will be live at 10 a.m. tomorrow for our regular Sunday morning pregame show. We do a pregame show every single Sunday. This one's going to be for about 2 hours, so make sure you join us. I'll probably be on a little bit early, like maybe 9:30, but in case you want to get us right away, 10 a.m. everybody. 10 a.m. is when we're going to be live tomorrow morning. Buckeyes coach lost me after going after Lou Holtz. CL, that was a funny circumstance though, because the Pat McAfee show, they kind of fooled him. What if, since I have no Laporta, still a no? Cody Meyerson. I still hold on to Bijan and Kittle. I think it's close, but can we trust Saquon? If you tell me Saquon's going to play the rest of the season and they won't bench him to protect his health, I love it. But I'm nervous about it. Bijan, I think, is going to continue to play because the Falcons are competing for a division. Right now, the Giants are competing for a draft pick. Emmanuel Perez, thanks so much for the rose. Joe Modelo's fist bump, man. Absolutely love it. Let's be frank. So at the beginning of the day, I took Florida State to win that game. And then once that game got started, I actually took Florida on a cover play because I did not like how that game got started. We're keeping our eye on that one. Interesting game down there in the swamp. 1 point difference, 15-14 in the fourth. 990s, I'd go Ford. 990s, Ford is a great start tomorrow. Yep. I'm actually happy that I haven't seen too many people asking about Jerome Ford. I hope that means a lot of people are starting him and they don't need the advice on it. Should I keep or trade Breece Hall? John, tough call. If you're in a keeper league, I'd keep him. If you're not in a keeper league, kind of tricky. I don't know how much value he has given the quarterback. And more importantly, the offensive line of the Jets is abysmal. Lethal Jake, do you think the Chargers pump the brakes at all? They keep losing close games. It's so pathetic. Lethal Jake, they've been losing close games for so long. I don't know, like pumping the brakes would suggest it's a recent thing. I think that's how the car was built there in Los Angeles. As a Herbert, Allen, Eckler owner, I need them firing on all cylinders. Lethal Jake, I don't know what to say other about the Chargers than the Chargers. They charge all over themselves every single time. They are the team that steps in the dog pile of poop, the poop pile, like every time. Seth, super tour and sit one. Seth, if I were sitting one, see, I like Rachaad White tomorrow. If you wanted to sit him, I get it. Bijan would actually be the one I'd probably sit. It's close, though. I understand with Rachaad White being questionable, but I just read prior to going on live, I heard that he's going to play tomorrow. I think he gets a touchdown. I got Rachaad White in my lineup, so I like Henry, White, Flowers, and more. I'm going to lean towards sitting Bijan. Cody, thoughts on A.J. Brown this week? Must start. A.J. Brown is a must start. CL, dumb question, but double checking. First of all, there are no dumb questions, just dumb people, CL. And by the way, this isn't a dumb question. I am must starting JT tomorrow in a standard league. TB run defense is really strong. Yeah, I'm not big on JT. Not a dumb question, but no, I don't like Jonathan Taylor tomorrow. He doesn't have a good matchup. One of the reasons I like Josh Downs and Michael Pittman as much as I do is that Bucs run defense is fierce. It's going to force Gardner Minshew to throw. So I'm not big on Jonathan Taylor. Do I think he could get you some points? Yes, in part because I could see some screen passes working out. They will feed him the ball. Maybe he gets a touchdown. But do I like the matchup overall? No, I don't. I was just thinking the Chargers beat themselves multiple times every year. Chris, it is what Tom Brady was to coming back in the fourth quarter. The Chargers are to peeing their pants and losing games in the fourth quarter. It is clockwork. It is amazing. They are amazing. Evan, I'd go DJ Moore. DJ Moore is a must play tomorrow, guys. DJ Moore might be one of the best plays of Week 12. I would put him as a top 5 wide receiver this week. So DJ Moore is a must play. Evan, I'd go Kyron and DJ Moore. Kyron Williams and DJ Moore. If you guys want all of my favorite bets for tomorrow. So there are 3 ways to get my bets for tomorrow. First of all, you can watch the show at 10 a.m. We give out picks during the show related to NFL Sunday. However, if you want to get my favorite bets of the day, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for our free newsletter, FREE. It is free with all of my favorite bets, my favorite NFL game picks, player prop bets, and the DFS lineup that I'm playing. So if you want my favorite bets tomorrow, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for the free newsletter. If you don't want my favorite bets, if you want every bet that I make, go check us out on the SHARPZ app. If you want to get a free link and a referral code, DM me on Instagram. I know I threw a lot at you right there, but plenty of ways to get my NFL picks for tomorrow, the show, the newsletter, and the SHARPZ app. Xander Simmons, I'm gonna go White, and I'll go White and ETN. I know Stevenson is a great matchup, and Stevenson is a good play, but I'll go White and ETN. Peace Control, Chase Adams, Puka Evans, Hollywood Brown. Should I trade for a running back? Yes, the answer is yes, you should. Kike Esquab, thoughts on Oregon-Washington? I wanted the rematch. We got a great game earlier this year. I want the rematch. I want Bo Nix against Michael Penix Jr. I want that. I want it. I need it. I got to have it. I'm so happy that Washington came out ahead in that game today because the Pac-12, brah frickin' oh. A lot of people have been taking huge dumps on the Pac-12 for years now. Well, guess what? The Pac-12 delivered one of the most entertaining seasons we've had in years, and the Pac-12 has gone head-to-head with any conference this year in terms of having contenders for the playoffs. A lot of people say, Conference of Champions. Yeah, not really. This year, the Pac-12 delivered, guys. Big bravo to the Pac-12, everybody. And by the way, if you look at like the Big Ten, I'd rather take some of the teams in the Pac-12 right now over the teams in the Big Ten. Other than Michigan and maybe Ohio State, there's some dogs in the Pac-12 right now. And I'm not just talking about them Huskies. CL, if I sit JT and move Kyron to... I love Kyron Williams there. Yeah. Duffel bag. Thanks so much for the gift, buddy. CL, I like Kyron Williams over JT, and I'd go Nico Collins in the flex. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Let's be frank. Benched Olave, Jacobs, DK, and London. Olave's the only one that I'm like, obviously DK didn't have a great game. Let's be frank. Rate my lineup. Lawrence, Allen, Pittman, Barkley, Montgomery, Kincaid, and Dell. Okay, the only one of this group that I'm not crazy about, let's be frank, is Keenan Allen. And the fact that I'm not crazy about him, that tells you how good a team you have. Don't love Allen's matchup tomorrow, but he'll still get, 5-6 catches? So I love the team. Feel like you're getting a dub tomorrow. Warren Hackler, I'm going to go Rachaad White. Warren Hackler, I understand this may be one you want to fade me on. Stevenson has a phenomenal matchup against the Giants. I don't care. I don't know who the quarterback is, the Patriots, and I don't trust the fact that Zeke does split enough carries with Stevenson that I don't really know how much Stevenson gets. Rachaad White has been a phenomenal fantasy own for about 8 weeks now. If Rachaad White's healthy enough to go, he's the player that I'd go with. Aiden, Rashee Rice, or Christian Kirk. I'm going to go Christian Kirk just barely. It's close. Anyone that I trade, please control. I try to trade Chase and Puka. Chase and Puka would probably be the two that I'd put out there to see if you can get a running back. Hollywood Brown, yeah, I'd rather own Puka than Hollywood Brown, but I say Chase and Puka because you probably get the best return for those. Burner account, I'm going to go Khalil Shakir. I don't trust Davis that much. Aiden, I'd go Kirk. Aiden, I'm going to go Christian Kirk just barely over Godwin. Very close, though. Boom, 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 boom. CL, I hope Harbaugh pulls a Brady and wins it all after the suspension. I wish I could say the same, but I don't feel that way. I actually would love to see Michigan get its clock cleaned the moment Harbaugh comes back. I'm actually on the other side, CL. I love the fact that these players won it without Harbaugh. They made it about them. They made it about their talent, not about Jim Harbaugh. Now, I kind of would love to see Michigan get the brains beat out of them by another team. I'd actually, with Harbaugh on the sidelines, it would make it look like Harbaugh was actually a hindrance. I kind of would love that, to be honest. But I'm not a big Harbaugh guy. I'm not a hater. He's a great coach. But there's some things that he does that I'm like, you don't need to be that douchey. You just don't. Yusuf, I'd go Tank Dell. Oh, I'm picking 4. Wonderful. Yusuf, I'd go Tank Dell, Addison, Nico Collins, and Cup. Yusuf, that's Cup, Dell, Addison, and Nico Collins. Yusuf, thanks so much for being with us, buddy. Again, guys, 10 a.m. tomorrow. 10 a.m. tomorrow is going to be our show for everybody. So if you love the content, the conversation, and you want to join us tomorrow for our regular Sunday morning show, make sure you DM us on Instagram for our picks. And of course, make sure you show up at 10 a.m. tomorrow, everybody, on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. That show will be for everybody. That show will be for everybody. You don't need to be a subscriber. Everybody can get in on that show. Devin, great to have you with us. Devin, I'd go Tank Dell. I like Mixon tomorrow. I don't love him. I'll go Tank Dell. Devin, I'd go Tank Dell. Yusuf, shoot, I forgot to add Ridley. Oh, Yusuf, I like Ridley. I'd probably go Ridley over Cooper Kupp. So I'd keep everyone else. I'd go Dell, Addison, Nico Collins, and Ridley. Yusuf, Dell, Addison, Nico Collins, and Ridley. Those would be the ones I'd go with. We have been live for about 45 minutes, guys. I'll be live for about 10, 15 minutes more. So make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're getting your questions in. Devin, Mixon or Swift? I might lean just slightly towards Mixon on that one. Don't love it, but I kind of like it. Aiden, I'd go Evans. Traded Dell and Waddle 2 weeks ago for Ford and Adams, but only had Ramondre at running back. I think I lost the trade. Ford's going to have a good game this week, but I do think you lost the trade. Ford's going to have to really perform well. Yusuf, you're the legend, man. Appreciate you. The kind words that we get from the Butt Fumble Sports audience is so humbling. We are so appreciative. I hope you guys are sharing the channel with others. Let other people know that there's a great, crazy sports fan talking sports every day. Hit that share button and let other people know that we are here talking sports. Luis Garcia, pick 2, DJ Moore. DJ Moore, guys, I'll say it again. DJ Moore is a must start tomorrow. Make sure DJ Moore's in your lineup. Luis, I'd also go Tank Dell. DJ Moore, Tank Dell, those would be the 2 for me. ButtFumbleSports.com. Did you sign up for the free newsletter? We have about 100 people watching across all of our platforms, maybe a little less. Make sure all of you guys have signed up for the free newsletter. My favorite 8 NFL game picks. Got to get my fingers right. 8 NFL game picks. My favorite 8 are in the newsletter. My favorite player prop bets are in the newsletter, and the DFS lineup that I'll be playing. By the way, if you had signed up for the free newsletter on Thanksgiving, our DFS lineup cashed on Thanksgiving. We've been cashing probably, we've cashed at 8 of the 12 DFS lineups that we've put out right now because of Thanksgiving. I think it's 7 or 8 of the 12. So we've done pretty well. Make sure you sign up for that newsletter. Wouldn't be surprised if DJ Moore makes an appearance in the newsletter. Jorge, I will guarantee, Charles Barkley, a comment there, I will guarantee that DJ Moore is in our newsletter tomorrow. Yusuf, I want to let my friends know, but can't risk them using their advice to beat me. Yusuf, I respect it. At the same time, maybe after the fantasy season, you could do us the favor and let them know that for next year or for their sports bets, there's someone to go with. But Yusuf, I get it. You're hogging Butt Fumble Sports for yourself. Yusuf, I'm playing with you. I love the support. By the way, Gabe John, thank you so much for subscribing. Subscriber number 150 that we have active right now. Thank you so much for subscribing. Bo Martini. Gabe John, Bo Martini, get your questions in. Subscriber only show, so if you subscribe on TikTok, I'll get to your question and we'll answer it right away. Gabe John, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the family. Fist bump, buddy. Gabe John, I'd go Flowers. Love Flowers matchup tomorrow. I gotta start him. Then it gets a little tricky. Nico Collins, Calvin Ridley. I'm gonna go Nico Collins. Why? Jacksonville is that bad against the pass. Like CJ Stroud a lot. That said, Nico Collins. That's the one I'm going to go with. Nico Collins and Flowers. Gabe John, Nico Collins and Flowers. Caleb, would you try to trade for Chase since Burrow is out, or trade Chase since Burrow is out? If I can move on from Chase right now, I would, unless I'm in a keeper league. Torch Lake Kid, Mixon, Jefferson, Olave for Adams, Etienne, Garrett Wilson, and Walker. I'd rather have Mixon, Jefferson, and Olave. Gabe John, that's why we're here. Hope you join us tomorrow, Gabe, at 10 a.m. in case you have more sports betting, DFS, or fantasy football questions. Pluex, trade Tank Dell for Collins. No, I wouldn't do it. I understand one's an RB1 and one's a wide receiver 1, one's a wide receiver 2. But frankly, how Tank Dell's been performing, sometimes action gives you no benefit. Sometimes moving the pawn only opens up a hole in your back line. I'm not saying that's necessarily the case, but Pluex, do I think you're actually gaining anything in that? If you are, very minimal value, I wouldn't do it. Peace Control, if my trade goes through and I get Diggs and Walker, who should I try and trade out of Chase, Evans, Hollywood, and Adams? I would have Walker and Ford. Right, yeah, you need another running back. If you could trade Chase, I'd move on from him. Could you package Chase and Walker to someone stupid and get something? I don't know, but maybe it's worth considering. Bo Martini, great to see you. You already have Nico Collins in your lineup. I like that one. I'd go Flowers and Nico Collins if I had to start 2. If I had to start 1, it's really tricky. Flowers has the best matchup. The Chargers are the worst pass defense in the NFL. However, Flowers is questionable. He's going to play, but he's banged up, and no OBJ would impact him as well. I actually would like Flowers more if OBJ's on the field. Reason behind that, with no Mark Andrews, I don't want the opposing defense to be entirely focused on Flowers. I'd like them to be kind of split attention between OBJ and Flowers. So, Bo Martini, this is what I'll say. Flowers is going to play, and if OBJ plays, I'd go Flowers. If he doesn't play, I might go Nico Collins, actually. Yusuf, remember immediately after JJ injury, you predicted it would be 6 weeks. Proof you're accurate. I thought it would be around the bye week. I thought the Vikings wouldn't win as many games as they had, so I actually thought it might be the whole season. I will admit, I thought it was going to be at least 6 weeks, but I thought it would be a big chunk of the year if the Vikings came back. But I didn't expect the Vikings to go on this kind of run. Big credit to Kevin O'Connell. That head coach, I know everyone's going to talk Josh Dobbs. He takes a great head coach to keep players together when things are falling apart, and he did a great job. Do you play any Dynasty fantasy football? Ethan, yes, I do. I am in about 4 leagues that are Dynasty leagues. I know this sounds crazy, but because I do this for a living, I am in 43 different fantasy football leagues this year. I know, obnoxious. But a few of them are Dynasty leagues, so I have looked ahead to who I'd be keeping next year. Torchlight Kid, need 2 running backs and a flex. I'd go Pacheco and Kyron Williams. Those would be my 2 running backs, Pacheco and Kyron Williams. At the flex, I'd go Rice. I'd go Rice at the flex. Lethal Jake, when do you think they will let us know OBJ is good to go? Game time decision. Game time decision. I think that's one that you're going to hear Jay Glazer give you a report on during the Fox pregame show. And I'm saying like with 15 minutes before kickoff. By the way, I think you'll hear maybe sooner. Like I'm sure social media might have it sooner. But when will we get confirmation from real sources? Probably like 20 minutes before game time. Ethan, how do you feel about Elijah Moore in a 24 third and 24 second and fourth? Moving Elijah, oh, I'd do it. I'd absolutely do it. No, getting a second and a fourth, I'd do it. Ethan, I actually really like that trade. Looking forward to a dynasty. I really like that trade, actually. Please Control, is Chase for Jacobs a good trade? Yes. Peace Control, yes it is. I don't think anyone expected Vikings to turn it around. Yusuf, so impressed, and it's 2 things. 1, head coach. 2, quarterback. When you have those things, we've seen it across the NFL. Anything is possible. Anything is possible! By the way, Pluex, no, there's no way Kevin O'Connell is coach of the year. There are too many other coaches who are deserving of it. No way he gets it, but he should at least be talked about for doing a phenomenal job. But no, sorry. D'Amico Ryan, if anybody gets it, D'Amico Ryan's down there in Houston, deserves it. Kike is guap. Rate my running backs going into the playoffs. Kyron White and Brian Robinson Jr. I actually like them, Kike, and the reason is those are 3 running backs that get touchdowns. Do they get a lot of yards? No, but as long as they keep getting you touchdowns, they're good plays. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. We are live every single day. I just went through a 7-hour drive. I was traveling, and you know what I said to my co-passenger? I got to get home to do my live show. There's no way I can't do a live show because Butt Fumble Sports is live every single day of 2023. There is not one day of 2023 we won't be live, including tomorrow at 10 a.m. So if you love talking football, fantasy football, getting good sports bets, or hearing me rant about what's going on in the sports world, make sure you hit that follow button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you guys join us at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Should be an unbelievable show. Let's be frank. Thoughts on my opponent, Dak, Debo, A.J. Brown, Singletary, Robinson. Okay, your opponent is super top-heavy. Dak, Debo, and A.J. Brown. Those 3 I love. Those 3 are going to kick your butt, let's be frank. However, Singletary, bad matchup this week. Brian Robinson Jr., you just saw the game he had. Devontae Adams, not a great matchup either. So actually, this is a good week to be facing this team, despite the blowout performance by Dak, and obviously Debo having a good one. Yusuf, you know you're right about that. Gabe John, I'm going to lean towards Justin Fields. Gabe John, I'm going to lean towards Justin Fields just barely, very close, but I like Fields a little bit more than I like Kyler Murray this week. Okay, got to that one. Kike Esquap, I appreciate you. For all of those that have hit the follow button, Ethan, Aishan, it's your boy Daniel. Great to have you guys as members of the community. Hope to see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. for our show for everybody. The night shows are usually subscriber only for comments. Our morning shows, those are for everybody. So I can't wait to see all of you guys there tomorrow morning. Lethal Jake, if I'm worried about OBJ not playing, do I just have to start London? You could, but he's got a bad matchup, so I'm not crazy about it, to be honest. But we'll have to see. Ethan, appreciate you subscribing. Wonderful to have you as a member of this amazing family. And it is a family, because we come together every day, argue, show love, but at the end of the day, Butt Fumble Sports is one big family. Cade Blaylock, I'd go McBride. Cade Blaylock, I like Shaheed, but I'd go Trey McBride. Yusuf, out of your 43 leagues, which team has been the best record? Oh, we have an undefeated team still. There is still a team that we have that's actually undefeated. So, as crazy as that is, I think we have something like 3 or 4 one-loss teams. We have like maybe a half dozen 2-loss teams. But we do have a team right now out of the 43 that is undefeated. Now, that could be a statement about me. That could be a statement about the dog shit owners in that league. Hopefully none of them are on the live. But that said, we do have an undefeated team remaining, which I'm very proud about, actually. Not easy to go to week 12 undefeated. Do you like Kincaid this week? JP, you know I do. You know I do, JP. Pluex, rate my running back for the playoffs. Kamara, White, Gibbs, Mixon, Hall, and say which one I would trade. I'd trade Breece Hall. I'd trade Breece Hall if I would trade any of them, Pluex. Final minute of the show, everybody. Final minute of the show. I have been live for 1 hour. I've been live for 1 hour. I promised you guys I'd do an hour-long show. Make sure you guys go to our website. I've said this a couple times. We give out our favorite NFL picks every Sunday morning. Email in your inbox. Go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. Let me make sure I lay this out for you. My favorite game picks, player prop bets, and the DFS lineup that I will be playing tomorrow are all available in our free newsletter. Go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. That's buttfumblesports.com. Sign up for the free, FREE, free newsletter. Get every pick that I love tomorrow. Not every pick I'm betting, every bet that I have high confidence in that I love. Make sure you go to our website, sign up for the free newsletter, and just wait for that inbox to be loaded up with great picks at 6 a.m. tomorrow. JP, didn't do my research on it because I was traveling. Don't want to give you bad advice, JP. Yusuf, appreciate your help, bro. Going to bench cup for Ridley sounds risky. It is. It is risky, but that's what I'd ride with. Zane, great to see you. You are the GOAT after my season. I will definitely pass the love and share. But let's be frank, that is the kindest thing we could ask. We are so humbled that you guys not only watch, but the fact that you would share the channel, let others know. There is no greater compliment than someone saying, I take time out of my day to watch your content, and I've even recommended it to others. We are so humbled and flattered by that, you have no idea. But that said, the Butt Fumble Sports audience and family and community is amazing. I am so grateful for you guys. You guys are the absolute best. Any other running backs I should try and get before trading for Jacobs? No, I like that trade. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. Joe Modelos, you have been incredibly supportive tonight, Joe. Thank you so much. Your kindness and your contributions, we hope we give it back in good advice by 10x. You are so, so appreciated, Joe. Zane, should I start Browns or Saints defense? Tricky, but I go Browns. I'm going to go Browns just barely. Okay, guys, I am so great. I'm so grateful that we got in this show tonight. Amazing 1 hour show with all of you guys. I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you guys follow. And maybe most importantly, I hope you guys are with us at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be live on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, giving you all of our fantasy advice, all of our sports betting advice, and getting you primed for what should be an amazing Sunday of NFL action. For all of you guys, I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. And what time will I see you guys tomorrow? 10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. That's right. You guys got it. 10 a.m. tomorrow, guys. We will be live at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you wake up early because Kike is guap. Let's be frank, you know it. 10 a.m. is when Butt Fumble Sports is going to kick things off and get it ready to go. Or in Majomes' case, 7 a.m. Early morning wake up, Majomes. That's why we got to go hit the sack right now, get some Z's, and get ready to kick some Butt Fumble Sports butt tomorrow. Let's go, everybody. Cannot wait to see you at 10 a.m. I hope you have a great sleep, and I cannot wait. I'll see you tomorrow morning for our show. Until then, goodbye, everybody. Have a great night.